What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another episode of NBA Weekly. I'm your host, Pee Wee the Plug, #1 Knicks fan in the world. And in today's episode, we're going to be doing a film breakdown on why the Los Angeles Lakers and Frank Vogel have their hands full. Now, there's a lot of basketball left, still early in the season. No need to panic. I've seen all of the crazy tweets about Russell Westbrook coming off the bench, the Lakers being done, all of the jokes. No need for that. We got a couple adjustments to go over, a couple of key things they need to dig down and fix. So sit back, relax. Let's get into the film. So the most obvious thing that you see when you see the Lakers play, or even before they play, when you see the roster on paper, is that the fact that there's going to be spacing issues, right? Perimeter shooting is always a big thing that's needed on LeBron James teams. All of his successful teams have a load or a bunch of perimeter shooting. And then that's even more needed or more necessary when you add a guy like Russell Westbrook, who thrives in going downhill, who lacks perimeter shooting, but does a good job of making defenses collapse and then kicking it out to shooters, kind of like LeBron James. So I didn't understand why early on a lot of people was making a fuss about Russell Westbrook. Like, this is a Russell Westbrook thing. Let's be clear. This is not a Russell Westbrook thing. This is a Los Angeles Laker thing. A lot of variables are involved. Yes, Russell Westbrook does have to be better, but I think a key component is Anthony Davis and Frank Vogel. And the reason that is because in media day, Anthony Davis talked about playing center for them and playing more center. And throughout the first handful of games, we haven't seen him start a game at center yet, but we've seen their most effective lineups be him at the 5. And yeah, they do that during stretches, and DeAndre Jordan only plays about 15 minutes a game. Dwight Howard only plays around 15 minutes a game. But in order for Lakers to get rhythm, guys to get better offensive flow, he's going to have to be there, because you're having Russell Westbrook, who is not a perimeter threat and who teams will live with shooting. Bazemore is no sniper or sharpshooter. And LeBron has been shooting it well, but I don't know if that's what you want from LeBron. And even if he's shooting it the way he is for the entire season, it won't be enough as long as you have DeAndre Jordan out there, because Anthony Davis himself can shoot it as a forward or a 5. He can shoot it, but he's no Karl-Anthony Towns 40% shooter, lights out guy. He could just make them occasionally, but that's not what you're looking for or what you should want. So we'll go through some sets. This is early in the season, so I'm giving them benefit of the doubt to their defense. First game of the year. But even here, this is what the problems, or some of the type of problems they're going to run into when they play experienced, disciplined, well-coached teams like the Warriors. Championship pedigree, IQ on 1,000 when you have a former Defensive Player of the Year, you have former MVP, and then you have a guy who is a part of that culture. So out of the gate, you can already see great help position from Curry, great help position from Andrew Wiggins. Kevon Looney is the key right here, because he's already established early in the game that it's only a certain amount of following he's going to do with DeAndre Jordan. He's only traveling with him so far because he knows DeAndre Jordan isn't effective right there on the basketball court, right? This is where DeAndre Jordan is effective. So the further he gets away, the less attention I'm going to pay attention to this guy. Jordan Poole did a good job understanding his assignment, because as we see, he's going under. Draymond Green is starting to backpedal because Anthony Davis isn't effective right there himself. And this turns out to be an incredible defensive possession, because they get a shot that they'll live with right there at Russell Westbrook. The next play, we got LeBron coming down. Again, Kevon Looney's back is turned to DeAndre Jordan because he's not effective from out there. He's just not. Steph Curry, gap between ball and man, that's what we call that. Great help. And you see where they're funneling LeBron and Anthony Davis to. They're funneling LeBron to the open side baseline, because that's where all the help is going to be. And Anthony Davis is going to be forced to dive in that same direction, which is great because Jordan Poole is already right there for the baseline drive or to take away a lob action to Anthony Davis. Kevon Looney is diving with Anthony Davis. Draymond is right there to cut off LeBron and to cut off that passing angle, and you already have Wiggins there. And Poole can do that because Russell Westbrook is the guy in the corner that they'll live with taking a corner 3. And then Steph Curry is in great position, again, still in gap. So as the play develops, one thing we want to signal, veteran guard Curry nudging DeAndre Jordan. Just that little nudge to take a big off of his straight line drive to the basket is always important. Any level of basketball, they tell you want to bump a roll man, a big man, anybody diving. You don't want them to have a clear lane to just dive down, whether they have the basketball or not. Knock them off course some way, somehow. Love that from Curry. Russell Westbrook is the only option. We'll take away those drawings, and we see, look at all these blue jerseys taking away. Anthony Davis option. LeBron, that option is taken away. Jordan is not effective right here, and he's getting nudged from Curry anyway, and Curry's also still in position to guard Ken Bazemore. That's another thing with the Lakers. They have a lack of movement, which we'll get to. But Curry is guarding two guys essentially at once because they don't move, and guys are just out of position because there's just only so much space that the Lakers have right now. And again, the Warriors are making them settle into a shot that they'll live with. And I think Jordan Poole did a good job closing out considering how much ground he just covered on that defensive play. And you'll live with the shot if you're the Warriors or any other team. And the deeper we get into the season, especially when we start talking about playoffs, teams are going to go back and reference these plays, these moments early in the season, and they're going to have 7 games to key on that in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Playoffs is a lot more half-court basketball than anything. Right here, you get Anthony Davis at the 5 now. This is what we all want. You got Malik Monk, who's a much better shooter than Kent Bazemore, in my opinion. I think Melo is a better perimeter threat as well. You still have Russell Westbrook out there. But now with a couple more shooters, respectable catch-and-shoot perimeter shooters, you now have a little bit more space for him to operate. But this is the part that I don't understand and where I scratch my head. Give him benefit of the doubt. And to his defense, it's early in the season. But why is Frank Vogel putting out a lineup where Russell Westbrook and Rajon Rondo are on the court together? It's just as bad as having 2 bigs because Rondo is no perimeter threat. Russell is no perimeter threat. And now you're forcing one of these guys to play off the ball. And in his possession, it's Russell Westbrook. So again, look at the Warriors defense. This is a tough pass to make. So Curry is in great position. Benelitza is in that position to guard both guys as well. Tough pass to make. You got 2 of these guys here. Iguodala's cutting that off. Not that he's a threat. There's really nowhere for Anthony Davis to roll. And he's all the way out here. They'll live with the shot anyway, but especially from right here, he's not effective. So you allow the play to go on. He dribbles down to the baseline. They take that away. 2 guys there. He doesn't have the lob to Anthony Davis. Three blue jerseys there. Steph Curry retreats to Malik Monk, takes away that pass. And this is just a tough angle to make. And even if he got that successfully off, by the time he made that pass, Toscano Anderson could retreat back to get there. So give it to Russ. And the Lakers know that Russ isn't the option that they want in this specific position. They don't want him as a perimeter threat either. Look how long Rondo takes to get him the ball. Rondo knows there's nowhere he's going. He's trying to survey every option he can or that he has before he throws it back to Russ. They're literally not guarding Russ. But that's not the shot the Lakers want unless it's all they have. So he literally dribbles until he can't anymore. Still surveying every option. Is as much as he can. Okay, it's not there for sure. Okay, now I'll give it up. And boom. Now you just have these guys lining up in this man zone-ish defense. So much help in there and great help because of the position that they're in, that it is a zone man type coverage that they're doing, but it's still man essentially. And all of that space you're giving Russ, so he doesn't have a driving lane, forces him to basically settle with 12 seconds left on the clock for a contested mid-range jump shot that, again, the Warriors will live with. And like I said, we're going to talk about it a lot. Another key thing is even when they have proper spacing, a better lineup out there, the Lakers have a bad habit of standing and watching. Malik Monk was here to hold possession. He was here to hold possession. He was on this side of the floor in this area the entire possession. There's no movement. When you have no movement, it allows the defense to defend better because now they can communicate. They're in much better help, and they're saving their energy. A stagnant offense is 10 times easier to guard versus an offense with movement because it's hard to multitask. When there's movement, you have to watch your man, watch ball, communicate to the teammates. It's a lot you have to do. But when they're just stagnant, Benelitza, he takes a look at Melo to reassure, but he ain't really have to do too much looking. Melo's been there in the entire possession. Look at Benelitza. He's not really worried about Melo that much because, look, he's not really moving. I just know he's there. But if my guy is cutting through, come over here, and I got to follow him and chase him around, now he's over there and cut, replace. Now it's a lot to keep up with while trying to communicate, while trying to be in help, while trying to watch my man, trying to watch the ball. But when you're stagnant, it's much easier to guard an offense that's stagnant. And that's a great possession, again, defensively for the Warriors. As we get more into this possession, this is a play where the Warriors kind of fell asleep. They got isolation close to the block for Russell Westbrook on a rookie Moses Moody. Lakers clear out and get to this side of the floor. Now, the Lakers do eventually score. Russell Westbrook makes his move. But again, this is not a good offensive possession in my opinion. I think the Warriors just didn't do a good enough job. But again, no movement really from the Lakers. They're walking around. Rondo is cutting in front of Anthony Davis, and Dwight Howard is right here. I just don't think Dwight Howard is much effective right there. Kent Bazemore is kind of out of the picture a little bit. He just like, what is he doing? Not ready to shoot, just walking. And you got all of these blue jerseys, but nobody really committed. I really think Kevon Looney could have stepped over and taken that away. You have Wiggins and Draymond right there to double down and help with Dwight Howard, or at least pretend to. And Kevon Looney didn't even go up for the block. He could have got that block or a better contest. And they gave one up. They was asleep. They gave one up. Next possession we have, again, Rondo and Westbrook, but then you also put Dwight Howard back in the game. So your front court is Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo, and Russell Westbrook. And then you have Kent Bazemore over there. No really way for this pick and roll to be effective because they're not going to pay attention to Russell. See Wiggins in great position. On the backside, you have Kevon Looney. You have Draymond Green taking a step off Anthony Davis. Barely screens Steph Curry. And now look at the rolling option that Anthony Davis, he's rolling into the lap of his teammate. And look at all the blue jerseys. And they make the Lakers settle again for a corner three that you're going to live with. And look how the position ends. Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard are literally in each other's laps. Disgusting. It's just not effective. And that's another shot that the Warriors will live with. This is one of my favorite plays that the Lakers do. I've seen them do it in multiple games. Typically out of halftime. This is their first play out of halftime, if I'm not mistaken. And I like this play because, again, it's harder to guard a team that's moving on the offensive end. And this is what this play provides. It's nothing special. It's no crazy play. But the Lakers have movement in their offense. Now the Warriors have to do a little bit more moving. It's harder to communicate and help when you're moving and trying to watch the ball, watch your man, communicate. It's too many things, and they get them lacking. Cup down, just a simple LeBron brings it in, initiated. You got some screening. DeAndre screens Draymond, Anthony Davis open. They had to communicate on that. Now you got two screens happening at once. You got to communicate to that, throw it, and then it introduces a screen for DeAndre Jordan. Downhill, boom, layup. Simple. But it happened because of movement. Nothing crazy, but they just added a little movement and they got an easy one. That's how you're going to eat if you're the Lakers. You want as many of these easy ones as you can. Whether it's Russell Westbrook going down here for a layup, Anthony Davis catching a lob, DeAndre Jordan lob, LeBron dunk. You want as many of the easy ones as you can get. Now here we go. Warriors back in this man-ish zone as defense. And because Bazemore isn't a shooter, like I said earlier in the video, he doesn't even look to shoot right here. Shooters catch and shoot right there. Wayne Ellington is catching that pass and he's knocking that shot down. No hesitation. But his mind isn't even saying shoot first because that's just not who he is. He dumps it automatically down to DeAndre Jordan before he even surveys the field. Dumps it down. DeAndre Jordan literally isn't effective if he's not right here, man. He's literally not effective. There's nothing he can do if it's not right there, which automatically baffles me that he even starts. No disrespect to DeAndre Jordan, it's the truth. Standing. Hands are on his knees. He's not even in this play. LeBron, as the play develops, he's out of frame. He's not even in picture no more. Just a lot of ineffective, non-effective basketball movement, and it's just, I don't understand. No flash, no anything. Just standing. And now in the second time, after they play hot potato, Russ throws him. Don't he say, oh, back to you? No, back to him. And then now Bazemore is like, oh, now I'm ready to shoot. Okay, sure, I'll shoot since nothing else is going to happen in this play. And for the Lakers, thankfully, he made it. But is that really a possession you love? Not for a team that has hopes of winning a championship. Good shot. But it's just, and again, early in the season, I'm not saying the Lakers are doomed. I'm just saying that they have their hands full if they want to play championship basketball. This play right here, again, is why I don't like these two in the game together. Good job for the Warriors to realize there we don't have to pay attention to Rondo, especially if he's going to see us doubling Russ, and that's all he's going to do is drift. He don't see that they're doubling. Rondo don't come down. He don't try to do anything. He just drifts and drifts and drifts, and they just take it from Russell to end the third quarter. Just terrible. Just terrible. Not the start of the fourth, but early in the fourth. We now have Dwight, LeBron, Russell, and we also out there with them have Malik Monk and Carmelo Anthony, right? I like that. It's a much better lineup than some of the ones I've seen. But look at what Russell Westbrook does. He's having a tough game, fourth quarter, down one. Now he's pressing, right? Now he's pressing. He drives down and picks up a charge. This is a terrible play because Dwight Howard and LeBron James haven't even crossed half court. Before they can cross half court, he's driving, and we have 4 blue jerseys protecting that paint. 4 blue jerseys right here. Where is Russell Westbrook going? And then he tries to pass it to Monk. Even if that's a no call, it goes right into the hands of Iguodala. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. Another possession. Russell Westbrook. Damian Lee. I like this lineup a little better. Avery Bradley is a much better option in that corner versus Russell Westbrook or Rajon Rondo. We now have a little bit more space for Russell to do his thing and to operate. Benitez now has to pay a lot more attention to Kent Bazemore than he would if it was DeAndre Jordan. Wiggins has to respect LeBron. Anthony Davis is, of course, being guarded by Draymond, and Steph is showing some love and respect to Avery Bradley. Much better lineup. And look, he does what Russell Westbrook does. You give him a driving lane, they have to help. He collapses the defense, and you put a better shooter right there, and that's knockdown. And I think this lineup could be even better. I think you take Bazemore out and you put Malik Monk in, or Melo. The M can stand for Monk or Melo. And man, it's good money right there. Now for the defensive purposes, hey, that's where Anthony Davis has to be defensive player of the year type of player, protecting the paint. But it ain't like Bazemore is some defensive player of the year himself, and that's money. And this changed the game for them. Bradley hit a couple threes in the corner that was big for them. Super big. And now I want to show some plays throughout the course of the game where, again, it's not much to talk about. But look, a lot of standing, man. A lot of standing. It's early in the game. This is 4-2. You should be running sets right here. It's just standing. Davis, not effective right there. Russell, hands on hips. DeAndre Jordan, everybody knows he's not effective right there. And I'm going to let this flow. And it's just LeBron. And this is what I call fool's gold, because LeBron makes this shot. But that is a tough shot, man. This is not good offense. I don't care how many times LeBron makes this shot for the Lakers. This isn't what you want to hang your hat on. You don't want to have to rely on LeBron to make these type of shots. That's unfair to ask for a guy entering his 19th season. Tough. Same thing here. Great defense. They kick it out to Bazemore. Cool. And look at this type of shot Bazemore has to create. Just standing. A step back 3 from Bazemore. Are you shitting me? This is your offense. He makes it. Good shot for Bazemore. Hats off to him. But dog, that's not championship offense. Anthony Davis, right there with Juan Toscano Anderson. Iggy coming to double. Look at Bazemore in this position the entire play. Rondo, what are you doing right there? Not effective. Melo, same area. I think all game Melo just stayed on this side of the floor. You know what I mean? LeBron is trying to come up to the ball. He could have got a pass. And you're relying on Anthony Davis to take this mid-range over 2 guys. And he makes it. But damn, that's a tough shot, man. I want more of these. Easy 2s. Those are the type of ones you should be giving Anthony Davis. LeBron, again, tough shot. Mid-range fall away. Everybody else just watch. Everybody else just watch. Look at this. Nobody will. Look at Melo. Melo like, oh, shit. Look at Russell. just looking. Malik Monk just standing looking. Knocked down. Tough shot. But you live with those if you're the Warriors. And that's exactly what the Warriors did. That's why they came out victorious. You live with those. Again, AD, Anthony Davis, Andrew Wiggins. It's a tough shot. Nobody move. Late in the shot clock. We got a little movement from Bazemore. Like, look at this, man. What the f is this? What is that? They made it, though. He made the shot, man. He made the shot. LeBron, pretty arcing shot out of the frame. Goes in. But again, that's a tough-ass shot to rely on, man. Lakers got to be better. Again, LeBron, nobody moving. They just watching, and he just has to hoist that up. And he makes it. But you live with it. Even this right here. Like, look at this. 3 jerseys there. Mikal Bridges is guarding 2 guys back there. Chris Paul over here. And again, Russell Westbrook makes this and one tough shot. But, dog, that's disgusting. If I'm the Suns, I'm living with that shit. Tough. I'm living with that. And this is what I love to point out. Anthony Davis, wrong play. I'm sorry. But this is a great lineup. This is the lineup I like. Avery Bradley, Malik Monk, and Melo. That's what I said in the last game. And you have Anthony Davis right there. And look, he just go baseline, dribble, making the defense collapse, and he finds an open guy. And Malik Monk, you do what you do. Let it fly. Spray. Cash. It's cash money. I love this lineup. Melo comes up. Boom. And this is beautiful. Driving lane. You get some movement. Melo coming off Anthony Davis. All you got to do is add some movement. Little touch screen. Hey, look at that. Slight touch screen. Makes Abdul Nader think they going to switch. JaVale McGee say, hey, you ain't say switch. And boom. All you got to do is finish over Cam Johnson. Now, that's easy work for Russell Westbrook. This is a much more effective lineup. And then this is the play right here. Come off. Still not the play. I'm all over the place. This is a charge. And why? Is because you took out Melo and you put in Dwight Howard, who now clogs up the paint because Anthony Davis is also out here. And it's not that much space. So now when he turns that corner, what was once a driving lane is not a driving lane. It's a charging lane. And you get a charge. Didn't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Sometimes I know y'all be wanting to watch some of the plays. Tell me play it full through. That's not a play you want to watch. That's not a play you want to watch at all. We'll let this one rock out, though. Boom. We got Russell just throwing up a brick. It's terrible. You live with that. If you're the Suns, you live with that. But this is beautiful. Spacing, on point, pick and roll. And look at all the space Anthony Davis now has, because DeAndre Jordan can't just dip to Anthony Davis, because then you give up a driving lane to Russ. They don't want to switch. And Anthony Davis steps right into a clean, open mid-range. Gotta love it. Money. Boom. Driving lane. No center. There's no center. You got LeBron, Melo, Rondo again, and then Austin Reeves, who I think is probably going to actually crack some rotation minutes because he can actually shoot the ball. And the Suns have no center, and now Russ can eat like he did with Houston. Simple. Good pass. Look at this. Terrible. Austin Reeves got to be comfortable missing shots because he just got to take this. You just got to shoot it. There's nothing Rondo can do right here, which is why I don't like him in his lineup with them, because where is he even at? And by the time he does catches it, he can't even go up, and he ends up throwing it to Russell Westbrook, who shoots that bogus-ass 3. This is the play I've been waiting for. They now take out LeBron, put Anthony Davis in. You got spacing. Still don't like Rondo. Again, it should be Malik Monk. They would have to pay a lot more attention if that was Malik Monk. Look how far Chris Paul is. But when no center is in, you get these. A lot of Anthony Davis lobs have been with just him as the center. Grizzlies. Look how the Grizzlies are playing this, man. Just like the Warriors. Taylor Jenkins watched that film and said, we'll do the same things. Russell Westbrook has absolutely no place to go. Jaren Jackson said, give me that shit. Get that shit up out of here. And we off to the races. And look, 3 white jerseys. This is now a 3-on-2. Off to the races. Again, just look. He's guarding 2 guys. He's there helping him. And I think the Grizzlies did a bad job right here because he was still able to throw it up to Jordan, because I don't know why DeAnthony Melton left. Because even if you're still sitting right there, DeAnthony, Bane can guard these 2. Just for a split second. That's all he has to do is sit right here in the middle and say, wherever you throw is where I'm jumping at. But DeAnthony Melton left, and then for that split second, Russell just threw it up to Jordan. But again, still not good offense to me, personally. Next possession, we got LeBron and AD pick and roll. Kick it out. We'll live with that. We'll live with that. Better lineup. Reeves, Melo, Monk. And then we have AD and Russ. I like this lineup much better. And again, no big out there. This is when Anthony Davis gets his lobs. That's how Anthony Davis is going to get his easy looks and easy lobs when you have no big out there. We'll see Dwight Howard get an easy look too, because there's going to be no big out there with him. Here it is. Dwight Howard and Russell Westbrook pick and roll with no big and some spacing. You can get the easy ones like this. And this is how you compete. Championship teams get easy buckets, man. They get easy buckets. Even this, it didn't score, but because they took Adams out of the paint with Anthony Davis, even though I don't know why Adams was so stuck on Anthony Davis at the logo. I'm not respecting him at the logo. Still had a clear driving lane, and he was able to go downhill. Just missed it. Good defense from Kyle Anderson. He's tall and long. But it's a driving lane, so it's what you want. And this is my favorite. At some point, they're going to unlock this. They have to unlock this. The LeBron James and Russell Westbrook screen. The pick and roll between those 2. Boom. He dives. You have to pay attention to Russ coming down the lane. I don't care, even at this age. And he's able to dump it to Anthony Davis for the easy 2. I like that. Same thing in this next possession. They do the same thing, except LeBron messes it up a slight bit. Boom. Final. LeBron, that was going to AD, not you. LeBron didn't know he didn't see AD. He stuck his hand out and boom, tapped it. But that's an easy dunk. That's another dunk for Anthony Davis if LeBron don't stick his hand right there. I like that. I like the LeBron pick and roll with Russell Westbrook. And again, this is no LeBron. Don't really have too much to say because I think we have to analyze the Lakers with LeBron and Russell Westbrook. But it's just one big, Dwight Howard, and 3 shooters with Russell. Spurs are a little younger. No reason for Eubanks to be up here. Should be down here. What are you up here this high for with Dwight Howard? Don't understand that. But Russell Westbrook has driving lanes. Again, there's no reason to chase Dwight Howard up that high. Same thing here. Jacopoto all the way up there for Anthony Davis. And you take these bigs out of the paint, or you put him in a situation like this where they have to guard Russell, but they don't want to, so he's trying to give DeJounte the lane, and that one misstep of like, oh, DeJounte, you're back. Oh no, he's pushing me. No, he's not back. That one misstep is all it takes, and Russ is gone, explosive. Lakers got to find more opportunities like this. This is Russell being Russell. This is Russell's best game. Driving lanes, defenses, collapse, Dougie McBuckets. You shouldn't have dropped this low. My gosh. Jacopoto was in solid position, in my opinion. And then Malik Monk get an open look. Russell Westbrook 1-on-1. They got some movement in the offense. My gosh. No. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. The Lakers had some movement in their offense, and it resulted to a 3. Oh my gosh. They might have come up with something. You got 2 guys chasing Melo. Austin Reeves. Let it fly. That's what we drafted you for. Lakers should do that more often with LeBron James. Not saying you run that play for LeBron. I don't want no misunderstandings. But they should just have more movement when they're at full strength with the full lineup. Don't only have movement when LeBron is out. Double screen right there. Driving lanes. Finish. Give Russell Westbrook driving lanes. He's going to make the defense collapse, or he's going to finish just like that. Incredible footwork over DeJounte. I love DeJounte. It's my boy, but Russ did his thing. Dunk. Emphasize the win. Again, just too easy. Too many driving lanes for him. And that's how we wrap this film session up. So there we have it. A lot of talk is about Russell Westbrook. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. I get it. He's the big headline name from this offseason. But the Lakers' problems are much more bigger than Russell Westbrook. They need better lineups. No more Rondo and Russell Westbrook on the floor with Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard. Please, no more, Frank Vogel. We need a commitment from Anthony Davis to actually play 5, starting the game and closing the game. And then lastly, when we get all of those better lineups, Anthony Davis at 5, better spacing, the Lakers actually have to have movement within their offense. No more stagnant possessions sitting around watching Anthony Davis or LeBron James go to work while defense is key in on those two and everybody else just standing and watching. Again, still early in the season, a lot of basketball left. I do think the Lakers will find some way to make this work. I don't expect them to have another first round exit, but if they're going to be champions or contenders, it's still left to be seen. As always, I always open the door and welcome comments, concerns, opinions. Let me know what y'all think. Any adjustments y'all would like to see the Lakers run. Anything that y'all are seeing that y'all don't like, you do like. Laker Nation, I know y'all watching. Holla at me. As always, this is NBA Weekly. I'm your host, Pee Wee the Plug. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.